How's it going? So this is my first video. I've recently really got into lightsabers, so wanted to show you my first unboxing of the Pach Store RVS saber. It's the Revan saber. The reason why I picked this lightsaber was, I really wanted a Proffie board lightsaber. I like the fact that it's open source. Love the community that it's a part of. Like, everyone's really helpful. I mean, you've got Frederick on the Facebook page, like, giving tips to people. You've got people like Fet263 who like makes a bunch of blade styles. So I knew right away that that was definitely the route I wanted to go. I think CFX is respectable, but I think Proffie is probably more fun for people that are willing to do some tinkering. So my options were, in my price range, were probably like an LGT or Crimson Dawn, or the other one, Dark Wolf sabers. But at the time, I saw that like the chassis that they had, the version 1, didn't allow you to access the Proffie board. So you'd have to crack it open and like get to the board, which A, voided your warranty, and B, just wasn't really user friendly. I didn't feel comfortable doing that. So I went up to the Pach Store's website, and I saw that their chassis did allow you to access the Proffie board, had removable batteries. So I met my criteria for a couple $100 more. I mean, about $100 more. But yeah, I would say for all of you people out there looking for a lightsaber, this is a great option. But I would say that if you take a look at Crimson Dawn's site, they have a version 2 core. So now for around 250 to 260, you can get a lightsaber that you can access the Proffie board now. So Crimson Dawn is a great choice. The only sacrifice you're probably going to have to make is it's a 1-button configuration, whereas with the Pach Store they give you 2-button configuration. So if you want to get into all the like more intense gestures and stuff, people like Fet263 recommend having 2 buttons, but I know with a lot of the things happening now, it's less of a need. So without further ado, I want to unbox. So I ordered this saber on December 24th. And a lot of people cite how fast the Pach Store ships out. But for me, it took a little longer. So today is, February 3rd. So, about a month, a little over a month. But keep in mind, that it is the Chinese and Asian lunar holiday. So that is a really like busy time for a lot of manufacturers. A lot of things shut down. And in fact, on the Pach Store, I met the cutoff date for shipping. So, I'm really lucky to have this in my hands right now, because I think even with the lunar holiday, I got this pretty fast. So I'm very happy with the service. And so yeah, without further ado, let's crack this guy open. Definitely what I've seen online. So you've got the actual saber itself. Ooh, this is gorgeous. Oh, it does feel really nice. All right, I'm excited. I wonder what this is. This might be all the accessories. I'll start with this. All right, so here's a little charging cable. So the saber itself does not have a charging port. So you would pull out the battery and you would use this to charge it, which is cool. You've got some instructions right here talking about how to set up the board itself, the saber itself, and about the buttons here. The other cool thing, so step 3 is how to configure the file via the Proffie website, and like what to include as the blades. You don't have to do this. You can actually hit up the Pach Store on Facebook, and they will send you the configuration file, so you can skip that step if you're so inclined to. Here is the blade, and an Allen wrench, and this looks like a spare retention screw. All right, so let's take this out. Huh. I am not seeing. Yeah. Okay. So let us pull this out. I'm actually really impressed with this, because from what people have told me, it's pretty lightweight, but it does feel significant. Like I've always been curious about the weight of this thing. It feels really solid in my hand. I would say the details are very nice. Notice the heat marks from me grabbing the actual lightsaber. But this is really gorgeous. It feels really solid. Yeah, this is nice. I'm really excited to get this guy charged up and turn this on. But before I do, let's take a look at the blade as well. All right, there it is. It's going out. Ooh, nice. Okay, let me feel this. Pretty well constructed. No glue marks, no nothing. Everything is a solid piece, as you can see right there. Yeah, this looks good. The tip is well placed on as well. Just trying to see if there's anything really to note about this, but it seems pretty good. I'll bring this a bit closer so you can see it as well. All right, so here is the lightsaber itself. Really gorgeous, very nice finish. You've got the emitter here with a blade plug. One thing to note here is that these two pieces actually do come off. So this tip here comes off, and so does this bronze piece. So I plan to eventually weather my saber. So the fact that this comes off is actually a plus for me, because I can still make sure it's an accent piece without having to really worry about staying in between the lines here. I can just kind of do one piece at a time. Love the buttons here, that they're very kind of like low key and recessed. I like that. Not really recessed, they actually do stick out a little bit, but do like the fact that they're very low profile. 2 retention screws here, and then I think this one here houses the NeoPixel connector, so you don't want to mess with this one. And then moving along, I love that this has a flat grip here. Most lightsabers look super uncomfortable. I mean, I was not really aware of who Darth Revan was when I bought this saber, although after buying it and reading about who he is as a character, it makes him super, super awesome and pretty badass. So sold on definitely this choice of saber, but at the end of the day, I bought it because it's smooth. It's going to be a really good everyday saber. It's going to feel great in the hand. I plan to put a grip on this. I plan to weather this myself. One thing to note too is that the cover tech wheel is not curved. It is at an angle here, so some people will replace this with a curved cover tech that fits flush on the saber. I'm gonna try and leave it if I can, but I might paint this later on. And then you've got the pommel here, which I really like. It's there's no hard edges on it, so it does feel pretty smooth. You've got the vents here, if you notice, for sound, and also at the bottom. So I'm assuming this will sound really good when I charge this and boot it up. So I'm gonna go charge this, and we'll come back and check out the defaults on the saber. Next, taking a look at the chassis. When you actually open this thing up, you'll notice that you have this little nut here. You can just kind of wiggle it. Do it this way, just pull it out. There we go. Now, this is really cool. Overall, I feel like this is really well made. There are some glue marks here, right where the speaker's at, if you notice that right there. So it'd be really hard to replace the speaker. I thought it would be easier, so might have to go online and ask some folks how to do that. My other gripe is that there is no marcation here. Where's the plus and minus? So, I mean, most people will tell you have to be very mindful of putting your battery in backwards. So it would be really nice if Ultimate Works could add a plus or minus in here so you can make sure to align that with the battery. When I pulled this out, a plus was facing on top, so just make sure, just follow the arrows. If you look at that, just, plus is up. Remember that. When you put it in, it should make a sound. Very cool. All right, let's put this guy back in there. and we'll get started. So from what people say, you want to kind of like put it in and just kind of wiggle it a little bit. I don't want to do this too. There we go. Yeah, that was bad. Straight in, and you feel that click, and now it doesn't fall out, so that's great. All right. Alright, so I have the saber loaded up with the default config styles that the saber came with. I did go ahead and update it from Proffie 4.5 to 5.7, as well as add FET 263's gesture controls, battle mode, and I did increase the clash sensitivity to 2.5. So that's what I'll demo today. It's just the default styles. So yeah, I'll flick the lights off and we'll see what that looks like.
King Smooth Jedi, King C.
So we've got Teensy with the cyan blade. Nice.
Smooth Jedi.
Smooth Jedi with the classic blue.
Smooth Gray.
Smooth gray with a flame blade.
Smooth Fuzz.
Smooth fuzz with the classic Sith red. Like that menacing hum there. Rogue Commander with a blue flame. And this is Teensy Crystal with a green Jedi green.
Teensy.
Teensy again with a white blade. Very nice. I like the white a lot.
Smooth Jedi.
Smooth Jedi with a kind of flickering yellow blade.
Smooth Gray.
Smooth gray with a magenta blade. Smooth fuzz with a gradient blade that goes from pink to blue. It's kind of nice. Rogue Commander, it's with a rainbow blade pulsing downward from the tip to the emitter. I think on camera it looks more like a white, but this is actually looks like a rainbow, which is kind of nice. This is a strobe blade. Really like this one. It's very cool, but it also kind of messes with your eyes a little bit.
Teensy.
Teensy again. Now this style is called POV, or persistence of vision. So if you had a long exposure camera, this blade would actually spell out the Star Wars logo, which is pretty cool. So yeah, you can also just use other images as well. So it's pretty nice. And this is the battery indicator. So it goes from the tip to the emitter, blue, from like green to blue to orange to red to indicate your battery level. This last one I added because this is a Revan saber, so I did buy the font from Kyber Phonic called Prodigal Butcher. And I did load up a FET 263 audio flicker style, so this gives you a better sense of what you can really do with Proffie. So I had that pre-on kind of just shoot out there. Notice the audio flicker is kind of like, kind of going with the audio file, obviously. And it just, the sound is so great. Like Kyber Phonic does such a great job with his effects. And I will post down below a free font pack that he offers called Kyber Phonic Workshop, which is pretty great. I definitely have those loaded up on my other config file I use. So yeah, this is really nice. You do have a lot of effects like clash. You know, you've got stab. You've got tip drag. If you just kind of go down here and tip drag. You've got lockup right there. Lightning block. That's a color change. Lightning block there. As well as the force effect. And then, yeah, it's all pretty much there. As well as, oh yeah, don't forget melt. So a lot of cool effects, and you know, I know that Proffie OS 6 is coming out shortly. I know soon. There's a lot of tweaks going on, so a lot more improvements. Definitely recommend this board for anyone that loves lightsabers and loves to tinker. So great option by Ultimate Works, Pach Store. I think if you like the 2-button configuration, they have the best price point. I got this saber for $369, which is just an amazing price. I think if you are a bit more budget conscious and you want something a little cheaper, check out Crimson Dawn or Dark Wolf sabers. They have LGT based sabers that they resell and obviously do their own thing with. But yeah, they're great because you know they're around $250 and they have a 1-button configuration. Personally, I love the 2-button. I love the quality of Ultimate Works slash Pach Store. But yeah, that's a great option for those of you who want a good starting saber or just an everyday saber, and you still want NeoPixel and smooth swing and Proffie. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful to you, and yeah, hope to see you guys out there.